Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another MAFEX action figure review on the DC Comics Batman The Dark Knight Returns Superman. I loved the Batman figures from the MAFEX Dark Knight Returns series, so I had to pick up this Superman. It looks so awesome. On the sides we have nice looking product shots, and on the back we get a whole bunch more product shots of Superman. Then on the top it just says Batman The Dark Knight Returns, and then on the bottom not much more going on except for some warning stuff and a hologram sticker. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. But first, if you're trying to get your MAFEX figures, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Superman out of the packaging, and holy crap, does MAFEX know how to Superman. I was really happy with their Hush Superman figure, and just spoiler warning, I'm pretty happy about this one too. We don't get a whole ton, well, we get a good amount of accessories. I really don't have any complaints with the accessories at all. Let's just get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. We have these two heads, even though that's only in one panel, but I'm okay with it. The stand right over here has the bigger clamp. We're familiar with these MAFEX stands. I use these all the time. We also get this pole system right over here where you can use that to hold up the cape, I guess. I did not use that. We have a bendy wire on the cape, and then we also have the more SH Figuarts style clamp system right over here along with the cradle. So you have that, and then we have the flat Superman hands, which I'm very happy to have. They look great. We have these regular relaxed hands, we have these wide open hands. I'm happy to have all of these hands, and then we also get a set of fisted hands right here, as well as arrow grabbing hands. Now we only see this in one panel. It happens just very quickly where he grabs the Green Arrow's arrow. But yeah, you can see that we have the kryptonite right here at the end, and you could go ahead and take that off and then use one of these hands to just go ahead and weave the arrow right through it like so. Then just reattach this right over here. So yeah, and I think he actually only holds it in the left hand for that one panel, but still happy that you could do that with either hand. And then both of these head sculpts look great. And we have this acid right here. Oh man, and he heals up like, I don't know, just 2 panels later, but man, that looks great. So happy with that. Wow, really good paint detail, and I like the sculpt. Facial expression looks really good. I love the touch of blue in the hair. I think that's perfectly done. Not too heavy with the blue. I just really like these head sculpts a lot. And then here we go with the other one. I mean, I wish we'd gotten more head sculpts just because I think they did such a good job with them. You know what I mean? Not that I feel like there's one particular one that's really missing. Maybe like an angry one where he doesn't have the acid and stuff, but still, I really like this head sculpt. I'm going to keep this on the figure. I really like both of them, but yeah, again, that blue right there. So looking at the head attached to the rest of the body over here, I think this came out looking really good. Now when you have him in just a standard A pose like this, yeah, you can see all these joints sticking out everywhere, but as soon as you start posing the figure around, that stuff goes away. I really love the sculpted detail for the symbol right here. It is sculpted on there, and we have some very subtle blue paint over the blue plastic that they've used here, and I just think it looks incredible. It was confusing me. I couldn't tell if it was actually painted or if I was looking at shadows, but it is painted. And you can see we have these nice looking joints and everything. Well, that doesn't look so great right there, so it's not the smoothest, but I do like the wrinkles that we're seeing, and I like how the cape is attached right over here. It is better than the Hush Superman, and the cape also kind of bothers me a little bit. That's like my one complaint about the figure, is how big and long the cape is. I think it's a little oversized, and it does have a beautiful bendy wire throughout. So it's still really fun to pose around and everything. It's a very minor gripe more than a full-on complaint. It's just way bigger than it really needs to be for Superman. And I've gone back and looked at reference images, and yeah, it's just too big. It's fun to work with. I still like it. I just think it's too big. Anyway, the musculature, the little stretching sculpts right here across the abs look good, around the crotch and all that stuff. Looks really dope, man. Very realistic looking figure, and the black over the red looks fantastic. Like, they did a really good job with that throughout the figure. You can see it even more so on the boots right over here. Really love the shadowing effect that they use for these MAFEX figures. Looks great. No peg holes though. So again, we have the bendy wire starting all the way over here, going all the way to the side, and going all the way across the bottom of the cape. The head and neck joints allow him to look up very far. There could be a little bit of gappage right here at the neck. Being honest, it doesn't really bother me that much. You can look down all the way. Great head tilting. Of course, it'll turn side to side. You have the butterfly joints right here that will move forward and back and shift up and down. Shoulder will move all the way outward with the butterfly joint right there, or that armpit joint anyway. Move all the way down. Do a full 360 right there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrist turns side to side, hinge up and down or horizontally. And then you have the diaphragm cut right there, and then diaphragm pivot, crunches forward, moves back, waist cut, waist pivot, and then it crunches forward at the waist and the diaphragm that far forward, and with both joints it will move that far back. It will get a little gappy on you. You can see that, but I think that helps the figure articulate. You have drop down hips right here, and with those drop down hips, you can get him moving his legs outward that far. With the drop down hip feature in use, he can kick forward that far and back the tiniest bit. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, ankles move down, they move up, they rotate side to side, beautiful ankle pivot, and toe articulation. Measure out this Superman figure, you can see that he is standing at about 7 inches tall. And then for a Dark Knight Returns size comparison, you can see we have the black and gray Batman, and then here's the blue and gray Batman, and I love both of these figures so much. And I don't have the MAFEX armored Batman, but it is now in my pile of loot. As I've enjoyed this figure so much, I can't resist. I have to get it. I don't get everything that MAFEX does, but when they have specific lines like this, like the Hush series, and now with the Dark Knight Returns series, it's just easier to collect. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that armored Batman. So I did pose the Superman figure around with the Mattel armored Batman figure, which fits closest in scale to this figure from the figures that I have, and I still think he's too big, so that's another reason why I gotta get that MAFEX armored Batman. But still, fun to pose these two figures around. And some could argue this scales perfectly. I disagree with that. And for our Dark Knight Returns Superman figure comparison, you can see we have the Mattel version, and then here's the McFarlane Toys version, and you can see the shorter capes, right? So yeah, at least the height or the length of it isn't too bad. It doesn't go all the way down to the floor or anything, just really super wide. But still, out of the three of these, this is my obvious favorite. Obvious least favorite. This one I still like. Not a bad figure at all. It's just, this is like the premium figure. And then for the MAFEX Superman comparison, we have the Dark Knight Returns version next to the Hush version, which I still think is the best Superman figure ever made. This one's coming in a close second. God, I love both of these figures. And then here's Superman next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Yeah, so what's it like working for the man, huh? Feel super, huh? Feel good about yourself, Superman, huh? Beating up a bunch of old guys, huh? You're pathetic, Superman! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And I want to know what you guys thought of the intro. You know, I got my recording equipment set up here, and I got my drums sounding pretty snazzy, and I wanted to throw some images at the beginning of my videos. I kind of want to know what you guys think of the format change. Let me know. I may do some other things throughout this month of February. We'll see. But anyway, this figure, awesome figure. I really like it a lot. I really sung its praises throughout the whole video. I don't know what else to say. A little bit too much cape. I don't know what other accessories, like I guess maybe more facial expressions for accessories, but I feel like I'm digging as far as like feeling actually upset about not having the extra head sculpts. I'm really happy with this figure. I had a great time with it. I love the posability, the sculpt, the paint apps, all very spectacular, man. Like really, the cape, that's like the only issue is that there's too much cape, but it's not even that bad. I mean, I wish it was a little cheaper. It's an expensive figure at the price point around $100 though, man. Still, I'm quite happy, and I'm gonna give this Superman a Sun rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think. Were there any shortcomings of this figure that I didn't touch on? Was there something I missed? Let me know in the comments section below, and let me know what you think of the figure. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at TwinNewsEye.com. And if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.